Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn, and today, well, as you can see, we ran our water dry last time, and that makes me very worried for anything that might be coming our direction. So, we're going to get more water intake going here, and basically what we're going to do is we're just going to build a giant water intake platform. We'll see if we can get that set up. We will move most of our beavers to hopefully working with water one way or another so that all of those can be set up. We're going to say this stuff is still super low priority. There we go. They'll get to that when they can get to that, but we'll say this is actually a little bit higher priority. And we'll want to turn these down first of all. That needs to go off for a bit. This needs to go off for a bit. That can stay on. These guys don't have much to pull in, so let's go ahead and pause them. They can go out and find something else to do. In fact, let's go ahead and just, now that we've only got 0.3 days left, let's go ahead and turn on all of these. And we're going to turn on all of these. There we go. And then I actually want to turn off. Do I want to leave those off? I do kind of want to leave those off. No, we're going to definitely, because we're only going to get, well, you never know. If we get a bad tide, we might be able to use those. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. We can turn that off. They can be working there. That's fine. I do want an extra hauling post, though. Let's do hauling post, and we're going to put you right here. And we'll go across here. Let's say that's a bit bigger. That's a bit bigger. We'll get 10 in there. And everybody is back in here. Hopefully getting this all built up. This we don't need. This we don't need. These are going to have to all be maximum priority. There we go. Get all of these set up so that we're getting beavers in there just as quick as we can. We're going to go up to 22 hours for most of this season. In fact, in the last couple of days, we might even go up to 24 hours. Here we go. We'll get all of these set up, and hopefully that will bring in enough water just in case we have a really, really long bad cycle next. So we'll do that. Everybody should be getting built. They have priority. Okay, we'll let them build that for a second. We'll possibly do some other planning while we wait. In fact, much as I like eggplant rations, we're going to turn that off. We don't really need this or this either. Let's just pause that for a minute. Dirt. Yes, we need, but no, we don't need right now. So we'll turn those both off to save us some resources. And then once this is in, hopefully that fills up. And we can get a lot of this water transported out. Okay, they're working on some of this. Let's go ahead and we'll get to the actual places I prioritized so they get those done before everything else. There we go. And we'll see if we survive here. This is done. This is done. This is done. Take all of this out while we're waiting to build our hopeful survival area here. There we go. They're starting to get them in. We need to prioritize this so that they're just pulling in absolutely huge amounts of water here. Definitely not probably the best way to do this, but it is a way to do this. So let's see if we can pull in enough water. It looks like the colony is at least back to the point where most beavers aren't thirsty. They're at least able to get their water and survive there. While we wait, again, we're going to come over here, take a look and see. Let's do a ladder up, or else beavers are just going to get stuck here. Let's do this, and it sure is thinking about something. There it goes. And we'll do one block here, one here, and then we'll do a couple of floodgates here. There we go. That lets us keep a little bit more water in here. Should be fine. Oh, I know what's wrong. I forgot to set these sluices. Let's go ahead, set those. It's just going out the side there. And the other sluice right there. Don't do that. Close above 1%. So that should close. There we go. Now it's going to send out water over here. And we can use most of that. How did you doofuses get stuck there? Really? Guys, come on. That is some dumb beavers. And we got to pause you, and we got to pause you so that they can get those in there. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, we'll get those in there. That's settled. Okay, now I can unpause these. Those can get built. How is the pumping station doing over here? We're going to say prioritize everything. And, it was a short wet season. So, let's go ahead. We'll put these on prioritize. We're up to 1.5K, though. So, that's surprisingly better than I thought we would do. Let's get this in here. Are they all prioritized? Yep, they sure are. So we'll go ahead, let them work on that. Hopefully they bring in a couple more. In fact, this last 3 days, they can go to 24 hours and just work on that. So we'll take a look and hope for the best there. We'll come back in just a second. I'm pretty proud of our beavers. We were able to pull in almost 4,000 water, actually just a little over 4,000 water before that bad tide hit. And with them all working together, they did pretty well. We've got the extra hauling post, which we actually don't need in this season, so we can turn some of this back on. For example, these right here we could turn back on. We could turn on probably, well, there is a gear shop on. Do we need anything else? Nope. How about pine resin still coming along? We could turn back on a couple of these. In fact, we could turn them all on just to make sure we do happen to pull in whatever mangroves we happen to get for that time. At 20 days, that's not terrible. It's not great, but it's definitely not terrible either. They've got this down here, and we managed to pull in a decent amount of water. So tell you what, let's go ahead and we'll put in a forester down here so that we can get things started. There we go. They're still pulling in metal here, but let's put in a couple of lumberjacks. I had a lumberjack over here, didn't I? Yes. Let's just do a lumberjack there, and we'll do one right there. We can take out the middle two whenever they get rid of those. We're going to pause them, though. There we go, because they don't have anything to cut at the moment. We'll get oak trees in all of this. In fact, if I build a ladder, they might be able to get to a little bit more. One ladder up there. You guys are all done. They can come and pick those up. Let's get oak trees in here. We'll get oak trees up here. We'll get oak trees over here. Over here. All the oak trees in here and here. In fact, we'll put oak trees up there, but I don't know that they'll actually be able to do that. So we'll let them go on the oak trees for now. Over here, they're still working on this. It's going to take them quite a while to get around here. But that's okay. We're low on stuff anyway, so it's not really going to hurt to actually take it easy on these. In fact, we could probably just go ahead and plan out some more of this area. Let's take you out of there, and we'll say pick that up. That's very important. And let's come across here. There we go. And then I want a couple of sluices in the middle. You know what? I'm going to need at least one row here. And we'll do something like this. Let's get 3 sluices in here. And actually, I want to make sure these are all lower level, so they're not just using all the logs up. Let's say these are super low priority. Don't work on those unless there's something else, nothing else to do. And some beaver is going to get trapped over here. Nope, he just barely made it out of there. Okay, good. Well, hopefully, with these being on lower priority, they actually do that. Now we're going to have to keep an eye on our logs because, well, actually, you know what? We have a whole source of logs over here. And if we run out of pine resin, that just means that we don't have the treated planks, which in all honesty, we're not using. So we could probably turn off. The eggplants are out of canola oil, so we can turn all of that off. We have a ton of extra beavers that just aren't doing much at the moment. Let's get that in here, and we'll do, you know what? Let's cut the top half here. We'll at least get some trees out of this. We might end up having to cut down even more than that, but for the moment, it seems we might not. Our trees are slightly going up, slightly going down. Over here, we were going to work on this area. It needs a little bit of help. We've got the terrain block unlocked, so tell you what, let's go ahead, put the terrain block in there. There we go, and then we'll do that one as well. And then we're going to have to raise this area up. So let's just do that. And I could build more of these, make it a little bit quicker, although this is going to come down eventually. What do I have in the way of... Oh, I forgot. It's bad water. We've got plenty of those. Now we can focus on getting that filled up. There we go. Plenty of beavers to cover that. Anything else that we could possibly use other than dynamite, bad water? Nope. Eggplants we can't do much about. Trees, we've got a few there. I think last time we were also going to look into maybe working on this. So let's get maybe some stuff here. Where is that tiny tubeway station? There it is. Let's grab this. And we'll build our way out from the lumberjack. There we go. One from there, one from there, one from there, and then we'll figure out what to do up there. Maybe we'll just put in a ladder. There we go. And we'll say cut trees. We just want all of these trees. All these, those. Whatever you can get here or here, and those. And we'll let them build all of that. That's looking good. Surprisingly, this is holding water pretty well, so we'll let that go. It might deplete before the end, but we should be okay there. We are on our way to actually getting a reservoir made, which I'm pretty excited about. Just if, well, I wonder if I can cut this off here whenever we're down to 1 block like this, and then work on building the wall up there. Then again, I'm going to need more trees, so we might skip ahead for just a minute. Is there any extra trees that we can, oh, we can put trees up here. There we go. Nice. Let's make sure these are cuttable. Everything is cuttable here. Cut it all. If you can get to it, you can cut it. There you go. Probably could have just made a ladder down here. Let's grab a ladder, and maybe that will increase the area that they can plant. They can go from there. That looks good. And then across the way here, well, they can't get to it. So, Although, it should be well within range if I just build... Let's build... Like, oh, actually, they could go down here and then come back up over here. I don't see why they couldn't. Here we go. It might not have as long a life, but that should be okay for now. How's our dirt doing? We actually need dirt again, so let's turn those back on. All right, well, we're recovering, so we'll be back in just a minute and take a look and see how we're making it through. Well, we managed to make it through that drought without too much problem. The water is coming back, and we've turned back on our mega pumping station again to pull in just as much water as we possibly can. These guys are going again. Everything seems okay here. We're definitely going to have to keep an eye on it, though. Our dynamite is going in. This little area has already gotten leveled out. I was able to turn back on the food factory for our eggplant rations because we do have a little bit of canola oil. It's not going to be a lot for a while until this fills back up. And it looks like some of the trees are sticking around a little bit longer here and there, which is good. That's kind of what we wanted to see. Over here, it looks like this is almost a fully grown farm. Yeah, there we go. Well, it's fully planted farm, not fully grown. They could... You know what? They can plant over here, so let's get them to plant over there, too. And then we can put our lumberjacks back here. There we go. Help out with all of that. This is staying pretty consistently decent here. Okay. So now we just need to make sure that we're pulling in enough to make it through. These guys are all getting replanted, which is good. I'm hoping this gate opens soon so that I don't have to use this. I turn that off temporarily, but I'm going to turn it back on. And once we fill up on water, then we can turn some of this down and get some other production stuff done. For instance, this reservoir, which will really help us out. In fact, how am I going to do this? Let's temporarily move this wall forward just a bit. In fact, I could probably just build it forward. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to build it forward. Build. Ooh. Out of there. And we'll do sluices. Technically, I should only need 4 sluices. 4 sluices. And then, yep, we'll need those and that. And this. Unfortunately, this would be a great place for a tunnel through the dam. But we don't have that mod at the moment, so we're just going to work around it. Now the question becomes, once that's in there, how do we get the pumping stations out of here without disrupting them too much? I mean, they're all going to have to be disrupted, of course, but maybe I should start building some over here as a temporary measure. That might be what we do. We'll do that. Let's get all of these. Nope, I'm going to move it over one. Start here. There we go. Up the wall it goes. This is definitely not going to be how we pull in water, but there should at least be more water to pull in. And that'll let us take out at least a couple of these here. You know what? Let's just set up a whole bunch along the edge here. 3s, there we go. 3 again, there we go. 1s for now. Okay. Slightly miscalculate that one. And we'll do that. hopefully that'll let us take out, how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just enough to get around there. And then we're going to have to figure out where we actually want to pull the water from. We won't be able to pull it from here because the bad water will still come in here. So, do I want a little side pumping station here? These might all get blown up, and we might put water pumps in along here just to keep them on there. But we're going to go with this for now, since the sluices are kind of in an awkward situation for us. Plus, we just need to kind of finish building that. Looks like we got a 21-day drought, which is not great. However, we do have 8.5k of water saved up, so at least it's not absolutely terrible. We are down on beavers, but we had these off for a little bit, so that is kind of to be expected. In fact, we could probably turn off the hauling post that we're using mostly to move water around and be pretty close to the number of actual beavers that we need. They've finally got somebody in here. These are mostly going. Looks like he's planting some stuff up there. There's a little bit of water over here. I don't know quite what we'll do with this land yet. In fact, maybe we'll just put in a farm and put in some canola, because that seems to be what we're constantly out of. Let's put in a farmhouse, and we'll get you right there. That'll give you at least a little farmland. We don't have to flatten everything out to be able to farm. There we go. That goes in there. This is green. This is green. That's green. Yep. All over here. Where else can you farm? Oh, all up there. Wonderful. Let's get canola in here. All of this can go in. That's looking good. And even up here. In fact, we could take out these rubble here and have probably just a little bit more to work on. Looks like they've got the dynamite in here for this first part. Awesome. Let's get that out of there. Okay. So, do they have a little bit more dirt over here? They do. Let's go ahead and work toward filling out this bottom part. And we'll just go right down the middle here. Over and over this way. And as for this, we'll say we need dynamite to take out. Let's start over here now. We'll just work our way backwards. And working from the middle. There we go. All that can go. All this can go. And we'll let them make dynamite for all of that. We'll make sure there's a road here too. That way they can get to all of them. That looks good. That looks good. And then we'll do dynamite right up to the edge of this over here too. So that should give them plenty. Who got stranded? How did you even get down there? Seriously. You fall off? There's no ladders. There's things on both sides that are preventing you from getting in there. How? I do wonder sometimes. Sorry, but, well, you know what? Might be able to... You know, on top of a brick? Is that what it is? Where is he? No, he's sitting on the bottom. All right. I'm going too easy on these beavers, but they're having a bit of a rough time. So we'll go ahead and hopefully help them out. Let's say that's important, so they get over here. And I could also put a line of ladders down on this other side. All the way down in here. There we go. And if we do maybe a road, it was thinking about the road. There we go. Roads all around here. And let's get dynamite going in here so that there's even more room for stuff. And then we can go in there, take care of that. They seem to be doing okay on water. In fact, the water is not really falling that much. Strange. Okay, well, we'll let it go. They've got 18 days left. Is there any trees left in this area? I don't think so. They just got to build a couple more things, and then we're all set. They've got... Well, that's still marked to cut? It is still marked to cut, but that's not. So we'll get those set to cut. Those. All of those. And... What? If you're not planting anything, we'll find something else to do. You guys definitely aren't cutting anything, so go find something else to do. And we'll see what they can get done here. We're just mostly waiting on this reservoir right here. So we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll come back again here in just a minute. Before we go to the next season, though, I did remember I was going to work on straightening this out, and I've completely forgotten. So let's get all of this in here. We'll go ahead, we'll put in terrain blocks here, because that's not going to help us. And then we're also going to want terrain blocks probably here. And once those are out of there, in fact, let's make that a little bit higher priority so those get done and they don't end up blocking anything off. We're going to need, well, we're going to need something to get out here. So we'll put the tiny tubeway in, and maybe we'll just build this in this way. Maybe I don't need that. Maybe that's just going to have to be there. There we go. And that hopefully will shuffle all of this water straight down this way a little more. We'll come back to that though too. I quickly got that in, so let's go ahead, remove that. There we go. So now the river should flow this way. They'll have to put that in, but they've got plenty of time to do that. And now that there's plenty to build, I'm going to switch our science section. We're going to pause all these. Plus, we've got plenty of science at the moment, so I'm not too worried about that. It's going to send, well, we've still got a couple of beavers, I guess. Well, no, we actually don't, but we're going to do this anyway. We're going to put in a couple of builder huts. There we go. And once those are in, hopefully our building speed speeds up just a little bit, since we're now kind of all over the map. And maybe, just maybe, once we've gotten this taken care of, or at least this section, we can extend our tubeway out over here. I think this is going to have to come down another level, though. Yeah, it is. Tell you what, we're going to place the dynamite. I have no grand thoughts that they will get this done anytime soon, but it is definitely better than nothing. So we'll let them work on that for just a bit, and we'll come back here in just a minute. Our emergency pumping station has saved us. We managed to pull in quite a bit of water, and with messing around with the hours and probably not doing it perfectly, but good enough, we do have quite a few of our beavers saved. We're working on getting the population back up. We need to get more logs, but hopefully with a reservoir, we can keep this area a little more green, a little longer. We've got some of the land leveled out. It looks like we could actually get this started and fill all of this in here. Let's go this way with this one. We'll just come across here. Whenever they can get to it, they can get to it. Not too worried about it. They'll get that. They've got a decent amount of this dynamite done, so we're going to go ahead and take those out. Yep, run, little buddy. There you go. Let's see if we can maybe... There we go. This is almost down one level. We'll need to take down this whole thing one more level, which means this will probably have to get moved at some point during our next one. We might also create, well, yeah, we might create a temporary tree place over here. Because, as you can see, we're constantly low on trees, and I do not want to run out of trees. Are these guys? There's nobody in here. That's why nothing is getting cut from there. Same thing with those. Yep, same thing with those. So we're going to have to fix that next time. Hopefully we'll get the reservoir in, which saves us and keeps us from having to go crazy on the hours like this during the good season. But hopefully we can get that all wrapped up in the next episode. But until then, just wanted to say thank you very much for stopping by, and hope to see you next time.